I'm trying a new thing right now, so I have no idea if it all works, but let me know if something's off. And I can actually do something about it, I hope. Okay. So last time I had actually fixed that these ones would work. And I remember saying that this was too easy, it can't be that, can't go that well. And I was correct. Because, big surprise, my reset broke stuff again. In the sense that I had put in the reset here with the idea is that everything would reset, and before we actually load the statistics in, and that went fine. The only problem was that it didn't reload our save anymore. I had put in a save option with the idea that if you are in between sessions, you could just turn it off and turn it back on, and it would have remembered what your temp HP was and how much damage you have already gotten and how spells you've used. That didn't work anymore. But at that point, I figured that the problem was the reset, and lo and behold, when I took the reset out on the startup, it actually started to load my saves again. So that worked, but I had a different problem. One being that if I had used spells in my spell slot and I would do a reset, it would reset. That was good. But if I then took ones away, it would take the entire slot away. And I still can't figure out why it does that. And when I do the reset again, they're there. So I'm wondering, why is it doing that? Is it because it looks like a draw problem, doesn't it? But why would it work the second time around if we do another reset? It's when I do the manual reset that it's... Yeah, you can't return them either. It's really, really gone. So it could either be an issue with the drawing, or because I can't put them back with B, as I should be able to. Is it that the max array gets changed somehow? So I'm wondering which one it is. I'm also wondering how the hell am I going to test that? Because here I have the screen that sets up, that draws the that puts the balls on the screen. Puts the spots in. Should I do it step by step? Let's just first see if I might have done something wrong in the reset. Reset. Okay, I set the current magic array to max magic array. Sounds like, yeah, that is what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. It's running. Okay. So, not that good at this debugging. Okay. It's going through. You think about it, though, is that it actually starts. Pause it. It starts with the buttons first before it goes to the startup. Is that something we should keep on? Okay. Creates temp. Load functions. Screen. Spell screens, search it. Strong spells. Can I open it up while it's working on it? Pause, please. Please open. Damn it. But you can see that it creates it and then puts it in its place. That's nice. Run it a bit. Speed it up. So next step, next step. Oh, it's yeah. It's pulling on the saved values. So it's not totally reset. Resetted it? Eh. So, you're a bit slow though. I wonder if the buttons work on this. Wait until it's done. Can't open up any of the functions. Come in. Are you done? He's not drawing level 8 and 9. Did I take those out? Yeah, I took those out. Okay, so that's supposed to happen. I think I can open you now. Oh, it turned into break. Okay. I don't need the break there. However, that would be nice if they could do that. In the sense that you could still open it up while you're in debug mode, because every time then you need to go back and run it again. So, what am I going to do with you? Wait, if I had put the reset back in, just a test. And I did like the, yeah, do it there, it's okay. No, okay. So it's not something the original reset does. It's something other reset does. So we have to look at where the button is calling. Are you doing something extra? If B is pressed, then call reset. That's all it's doing. Reset. Does something else happen if I press B? Because I am pressing B. It goes into an else, I think, because I am pressing it, but right now it's in a state of menu 0, right? So maybe I should just in a saver. Let me like a catch-all thing. May you select a 0? Else. I don't think that's the problem, but weirder stuff has happened. So, okay, still works now. This. No, it did not fix problem. Okay. Okay, there's something we can easily check. So it is going through the draw screen, and what we can check for is the values of the array as it's drawing the screen. Just come to 0, and then we could use like a console thing. And say array. And I'm going to get a value. Max magic and magic. Let's go for list. The position 1 in the list, which should be level 1 spell, so one that is empty right now. And then we say max magic array, and we say current magic array. Okay, let's also set everything. Does it flip again? This seems to be working just fine. Now I'm going to do the reset. For yes, the max gets rewritten too. Why? Why does my max get rewritten? That's not what you're supposed to do. Okay, so now at least we know it's not a problem with the draw, it's a problem with the variable. But why does it do that though? And it's something that happens on the button press. So let's first see if it's a button press that's changing it. Or we could look for other places that magic array gets called. The set magic array. Max. So it gets called over here. Press doesn't get called. Upon button press. Okay. On up. Yeah, it should get, like, not necessarily called, but what do you say? Referenced. Because it needs the length of it to know how it's to go. So that's okay. Set current magic to, yeah. Press left, it will have the same problem. It should work the same way. Function load save. Okay. Look here. Are you doing something you should be doing? Load save doesn't get called on the reset, does it? It only should run once. Because here is where we set... No, we don't set max. We only set the current magic. So that's not the problem either. Where else? Update spells. Doing you small. Okay. Maybe update spells. Okay, I call set count, set current magic slots. I call on get a value, magic, max magic, but I don't write it away. So that's not it either. Oops. I said it there, I said it there. 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 I have the idea that they changed this website a bit. And it's gone again. No. Let's look for max magic underscore array. Mentioned 14 times. I think in Python they set the variables at the end. For index range. Index for in range. Oh, that's the spell string. Yeah. That's so here yet again. Len, I think, is that I'm calling for the length of the max magic array. -2. Yeah, it has to do with the position of the sprite max. So most likely that's what that means. This is the update spell. So it's comparing values, so it's not writing it away. again, calling for the length of the array. Current magic array. Yeah, this looks like the reset. Yeah, it's a reset. And it's setting the current magic array to be similar to the max magic array. Okay, so no writing to it. What's this? This is a save block. Yeah, if it's not like, so yet again, it's referencing but not writing it down. And setting the current magic array back to the max. Set stats. Here's why I'm actually setting the variables. Okay, so nowhere else in the code do I see the array being changed. It's boggling me. Yeah. Okay. So I'm kind of at a loss what it's doing and why it's doing it. Because nowhere else in the code do I tell it to change the max magic array. I only tell the current magic array to change it. Okay, so we know it's changing after this. So let's find out how far or what the point is that it actually changes. So it doesn't change before until the reset is called. And the reset doesn't necessarily... The reset does call clear screen, right? Yeah, it does. It calls clear screen and then screen draw. I don't think screen draw does anything particular. I'm taking these to the front, because if it doesn't change here before it happens, then I know it's something that happens in here. We're just gonna take it step at a time. Okay, and I reset. There we go, 4. Say change. Okay. So it's already changed before it goes into the spell screen. Okay, that's good to know. Does it happen before the screen draw gets called? Or does it happen before reset? No, let's just take it one step. So we know it's not you that is changing it. It has to go back through our state functions. Let's see what place I'm setting it. No. Okay, it's working. I did see something interesting just. Look, it says still 4. So it might be something that happens here then. What else is called screen draw? No, nothing. No, wait, I'm doing this wrong. Because the reset only gets hit once, right? So yeah, the value should stay the same. And so should the screen draw, because it only gets called once. So the thing that's happening is something with the button A. And the other thing that I saw is when I pressed B or held B, it did call out to, like, it does, yeah, it can't hold it, can it? No. I don't know what B was in the hotkeys. X. So that can't really be tested. So where should I put it? Let's just put it here first. You guys are about to collapse. Make some space. Okay. That was interesting. I had to press the reset twice before current magic got up to 4. Okay. Now I want to see if the button is pressed. If it happens before or after. A is pressed. A is pressed. Max 4. Then the reset is called draw temp bar. So the last time we had problems. A is pressed. Then 4. So it's something that happens after that. There's also somewhere here another console command that I saw for the temp HP bar in the control. Okay, so it's called. What happens is it goes to 4. It calls for a spell update. Right. That's the log that I saw. Does it happen here, maybe? Let's put it over there. We'll keep the A as pressed because it's always nice to have. And then we duplicate this. Because then when it runs, if something changes, I can see it. Okay, so now we should get a hit before this starts and see what they do. And if something happens in here that changes the max, we should see it again in max 2. If it doesn't, it will call the spell screen. And if at max 3 it hasn't changed, then we know it's not this thing. And we know it's not the spell screen either, because it's returning the same value. That's it. Okay. Just this works. Yeah. And if I then say reset, okay, base pressed reset is called, and here we see what it was before the reset was called. And then we say this. Here it's still 4-4. Interesting. Here it goes 3-3. Whoops. Okay. So we narrowed it down. So it is something that happens here. And this stays the same. So it's not the spell screen that's doing it. It's something here that's doing it. Oop, oop, oop. Okay. I'm not writing anything to the maximum magic array. Am I? Let's just break it down even more. I wish I could select like multiple, but I can't. That would be nice. Let's see if it happens here. We say, what do we say here? Before loop. For loop. Let's just go all out now. I still want to like shift select. So here. Just for good measure. Here. Yep. Let's say 1. Two. 1. 2. Let's go back to the console. Okay. Keep hitting the wrong button. This is working for now. And then say so the reset is going. Reset was called. And okay. It starts out with 4. Before the loop, it's still 4. After loop 1, oh, loop 2 doesn't get called. Loop 2 doesn't work, but it's something in loop 1. Okay. So it's this portion. That's doing something. But I still can't see why. Okay. This is a comparison at first. So it looks if it's a Boolean, if it was A or B that was pressed. In our case, A was pressed. Should work. And then it compares also what the current magic array gets a value at count. Set here. And the count is set by where the selector sprite is. So if it's on the cantrips, it should be 0. If it's 1, in our case, it should be 1. So count is 1. So get the value at position 1 in the current magic array. And if it's not 0, then this should run, which was the case. So then this, and it asks what the current magic array set value at, because count is 1 at that point, to current magic slot minus 1. And what I did was I set the current magic slot to the value that already was at position 1 in this case. Is that what's doing it? Could it be a case of like double input, maybe? It's not double input, because then I would see it come up twice. Wait, let's clean it up first, because we know these ones are okay. Let's move you up a bit. Nah. Move. We know it's not you either. But I also, weirdly enough, haven't been able to trigger loop 2 with B. Most likely because this will run. This, however, won't. Because the max magic is altered to have less in it. And this whole thing checks if there is more space, in if the value on that position of the max magic is bigger than the current magic array, which it isn't because it gets changed. So it can't run. It should be able to run now though, before the reset is closed. So let's just have a look, see if that is true. Okay. For loop, yeah. Go B. Loop 2 is called. So yeah, loop 2 works basically. And if I keep press it, it doesn't go any further because current magic is already at 4, as is the max magic, so it's not supposed to do. Okay, we can even cut it down more, because it's this that's not doing it, is then the question. If anybody knows what I'm doing wrong, please let me know, because I'm not getting it. Okay, let's try again. Here, I'm saying this is correct, this is correct, this is working. Yeah. Okay, and then we call reset. Reset was done. Current magic is filled up again to 4. At least it is on the image. It isn't in loop yet. No. It is that piece of code. Because before it runs, it's 4, and after it runs, it's 3. So this is what's going wrong. But why is it only going wrong after a reset and not before? Okay. Maybe I should just build it again. I don't think there's anything behind it. Dilemma. Okay, maybe I should just leave it for this. Wait, I do want to see how this looks like in code, though. Maybe update spells. I can see it in Python. Update spells. Here's where it's cold. Here's where it's cold. Wait. Yeah, one's false, one's true. That's correct. Okay. This is log. Okay. It's current magic slot -1. I'm gonna go nuts over this. Maybe I should just leave it for now, but I have the idea that it might have something to do with my reset, that it does something. So maybe I should just look at the reset function. Maybe there's something there, and leave this for now. Collapse block. Collapse block. It's not to do with A. Think of what is going on, that A is doing something weird after. because all it does is call the update spells function. And maybe the reset is doing something funky. Max luck. Also saw that I had max magic function that we don't use. It's very cool to use. Menu state 0, current HP to max, set temp HP to 0, set damage health to 0, set current luck to max luck. We haven't done anything with luck yet. But I want to figure this out first because I'm going to use the function, a similar function to this, to the spell slots to actually make like the luck orbs, because they are quite similar in how they're supposed to work. Current magic array to max magic array. Is there something in the code that's doing this? Maybe. I don't know. And you can't lock variables, can you? I was doing coding one time, but I can't remember which language it was, in which you can only set the variable once and it's stuck. And you can't change it anymore after that. That would be nice to do that for my stats. So that my these things will always stay the same. They won't change. Come on, come on, come on. Go back. And I'm wondering if there is maybe another way to approach it. Again, saves. Update spells. I'm wondering if I could use a different way of coding this, and maybe that would fix it. But this is so efficient, but it's not working. So. What if I just try something? This is actually what's happening. Exactly what is happening, but it only does it once. Weird. That's weird. 3, 3, 3. Why is it only doing once? Oh, most likely because the comparison is no longer similar. No, it should still work. It should still work. Cancel export and padding. Set current magic slot to. So it works. This wouldn't work, but this should work. I've already spent an hour trying to fix this. And I can't for the life of me figure out why it is so broken. And what the reset is doing, most likely I'm looking at the wrong place, or else I would have found it already, I think. And this reset is no different than the reset that would be run at the first time, which we just tested. If we put the reset back here, and we would, it would still function as normal. The only difference with calling the reset again while it is running is that we're pressing buttons to do it. So and the only place that we actually write is here. It's just no other place that we do that. Okay, in the beginning, max stat for and current stat is undefined. Yay, that's correct. A is pressed. Okay, nothing happens with the max step at first. We add something the same. Okay. And if I then go reset, nothing happens yet to an extent. I now go A. Okay, A is pressed for 1 after 1. Oh, this is boring and frustrating. Because nothing happens here. What if I change it to -2? This should be interesting. -2. That still works. Simulator. Say reset. Reset's running. Is it going to go by 1 or going to go by 2? By 2. It just confirms what I already suspected. So it's using. What happens if you use this instead of current magic? I didn't think it would work because you're asking up a variable that you're actually changing at the same time. But yeah, let's see if I can break it. Let me be destructive. Will you break? No. Okay. Will you actually fix things though? No. That was too much task. But at least that works. 2. So I guess just let's just do stupid. Set count 2. Where's numbers? Math. Go. Set to 3. And first. I can't fill it up. That's interesting. Because this would still run. Right. And if current magic value at 1 is less than max magic value, then add 1. Oh wait, I threw out the current magic slot. How stupid of me. It should be this then. No. And oh, sorry. It should be that. So now this should, and because I'm setting it to 3, it should be 3. Let's give us some more space to work with. You to be 5. Right. Give me 5. Yeah. Okay. So max is 5, correct? Okay. And then we say, I want to reset. Look. Okay. A is press reset. So now, what do you do? Yeah. So it wasn't this bit. Do I use count wrong? I don't think so. Count is just a number. It can't be anything else than that. It's count is supposed to be an integer. Is it an integer? Global count. I'm making it the count as a global thing right now. Temp count, fill count. Python doesn't tell if it's an integer. What's wrong with it? That's like the convenience of Python, but also like the negative thing of Python is that you can't kind of go like, no, I want this variable to be an integer, and on the moment it tries to cram something else in that variable, give me an error message. So it wasn't this. So let's put that back. -1. Oh. This works. No, it's still. I threw out the count. And it's still. But it feels like, for some reason, at that point, the current magic and the max magic is the arrays are linked. No, all I can do is do I make like a dummy array and put it in there. But considering that count is a global variable, which I know I shouldn't do, a similar thing to damage and healing should not be a global variable, yet I do it anyway. Maybe that's the thing we have to do next time. Right. I'll make that one. But I seem to get in trouble with local variables. And I don't really know how to create local variables here. I think I already did it with one function. So, working. Yay, reset. You are broken. Okay, we'll just leave it at that for now. So just is making me sad. If anybody has any idea what's going on here, what reset is doing in combination with this, to create this problem, I would really like to know. Because it shouldn't be changing the max magic array at all. For some reason it is. Okay. Now I'm really frustrated and we didn't do much. So, sorry about that. And I still haven't been able to figure this out. But like I said, if any of you have any idea what I'm doing wrong, let me know. Because this is not going to be the best of things. Hopefully next time we'll continue with this. Hopefully by then I would have figured out what's wrong and fixed it. And then we can continue with what I wanted to do actually today, and that was the long rest, short rest. Add it in there. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Most likely use the AB. That's why I actually wanted to have the reset function working, so that we can just use AB to call up the long rest, short rest menu in a way, and then from there say reset long rest or short rest. So hopefully we can do that next time. And if this isn't fixed, I'm just going to continue. I know it's not good practice, but I'm going to do it anyway, because this isn't fun for you guys either. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time.